Hello, this is Ahmet speaking. I'm from San Jose and I've been playing guitar for almost 16 years. I know it wasn't the sound of silence, which is going to be about this video. I just like to make an intro, something groovy. So our topic is going to be the sound of silence, which I think it's a masterpiece, one of the most influential and wonderful and very well written song of 21st century. Have you ever wondered who wrote this song, or why did he write this song, or when or why? You know, this is not an ordinary song. We are talking about one of the maybe best songs in 21st century. So before we start, I just like to talk about myself. My name is, as I said, Ahmet, and I'm from originally Turkey. I came to the US in 2016, and in Turkish sources I couldn't find some materials about the background stories of these songs, which is sad, I think, because I like to know the songs I play, you know, the background songs, who wrote, why, or when, or whose. So I usually do some Turkish videos, but I decided to make both English and Turkish videos after some point, and I just did this video about the sound of silence like 2 days ago. Almost 30 people see it so far. I thank them. And this is going to be my first English video so far. So, the sound of silence. This, you know, when you think a song like that, you always imagine there must be a huge background story. But did you know that this song was written in a bathroom? Yeah, Paul Simon wrote this song in his bathroom in Queens, early 60s. And the time when he wrote this song, he was just 21 years old. Just, I like you guys think, what were you doing when you were 21 years old? For example, I was playing video games and hanging out with my friends. But this guy, this Paul Simon guy, wrote this masterpiece when he was 21 years old. And it's so interesting, you know, I did this to myself too, you know, in bathroom. Because of the echo, I think, guitar sounds really beautiful. And Paul discovered that, and in his apartment in Queens, he started to spend a lot of time in his bathroom. And he starts to write some basic songs, very early Simon Garfunkel songs. And one day, he turned off the light and turned on the water, and he spent hours in his bathroom. And he just started to compose this masterpiece. The first sentence, "Hello darkness, my old friend." You know, it isn't ironic actually, you know, because he was already in the darkness when he composed that song. You know, there are so many things about that song which I should tell you. So I just got confused once in a while. I'm sorry for that. And he composed that song and he called his friend Art Garfunkel, and he said, "Hey Art, I think I did something cool." And Art said, "What is that?" And Paul just took his car and drove all the way to Manhattan to Art's apartment and made him listen to this song. And whenever Art Garfunkel listened to this song, he just figured that it was a masterpiece. He saw the all potential and beauty and poetry in this beautiful song. And they were so excited, they just went to the studio and they recorded this song, and it was released on their first album, their debut album, Wednesday morning, 3 a.m. Okay, I'll just tell another story about this album. When after they recorded all songs in this album, they decided to they had to make an album cover, and they went to the Fifth Avenue subway station in New York. According to Art Garfunkel, they took almost more than 500 pictures. Just when they satisfied, just while they were leaving the station, Art just took a glance at the wall just behind them, and he just saw there was a huge subway writing about "Go fuck yourself." And they were furious because Columbia Records couldn't release that album, and but they wanted that particular picture about this "fuck yourself" in front of the "fuck yourself" sign. And after a lot of meeting, they covered a huge black label on this part of the photo. Anyway, they released the album, which also I love it. It's a wonderful album. I highly recommend it, especially Benedictus, Wednesday AM, Pagio, and Bleecker Street. Maybe I'm gonna make a video about Bleecker Street and Benedictus later. They released this album, but unfortunately, album sold only 2,000 copies. It was a huge total failure for them. So Art decided to go to Columbia University to complete his education, and Paul just took off and he went to England, where he met famous Katy. Katy Chitty, yeah, her name was Katy Chitty. We know this person from both two songs of Katy's songs in America. Yeah, this is famous Katy. Because Paul and Art thought their music wasn't successful. And yeah, they just gave up. During that time, their producer, Tom Wilson, who worked with Bob Dylan, like Mr. Tambourine Man and Like a Rolling Stones. And he just saw the potential of this song, you know, The Sound of Silence. He thought that could be a huge, huge masterpiece, but there were some missing parts about that song, like drum, bass, and electric guitar. So he just decided to add some musical instruments without telling Paul and Art. And he just did some arrangement, and he released that song as a single again, without their knowledge. And that's it. Song became a very popular. It hit #1 right away. It became a huge phenomenon on whole the US. And Paul, after he's heard his own song on the radio in a bar, but he couldn't recognize his song because the original song he recorded, there was no drum, there was no bass or electric guitar. And he just decided to return to America because everyone was talking about this song during that time. And but there's a sad story about that part of the story. Kathleen was shy. Katy was too shy, and she didn't want a life like fame, money, or all this musical career, and she didn't want to come to the US. So they broke up. Paul returned to US with a broken heart, but he had a song in his hands, very successful. So they took that song and put their second album called The Sound of Silence. Since then, that song, I think, as I said at the beginning, became one of the most successful hits for whole US history, and also folk songs and rock songs. I mean, it's undoubtedly very, very geniusy song. You know what I mean? So I just like to play some part of this song, because after that my videos will be like that. I'm gonna explain and I'm gonna talk about the songs and songs history, and then I'll humbly try to play some part of it. I hope you liked it, and next week I'm planning to do Wish You Were Here from of Pink Floyd, which is also I love. So this is called The Sound of Silence. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I'll come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain will still remain within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walk alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the hollow of a street lamp. I turn my collar to the golden dam, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that thickly died and touched the sound of silence, and making like a sound. 10,000 people, maybe more, people talking without sleeping, people hearing without listening, people writing songs that voices never shared. Pour on air, disturbing sound of silence. See you, folks. Thank you for watching this video.